please call the roll.
Freeholder Amoroso.
Here.
Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Here.
Freeholder Tonelli.
Here.
Freeholder Voss.
Here.
Freeholder Zur.
Here.
Chairman Sullivan.
Here. Evidence of a quorum is present. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will everyone kindly remain standing? I would just like to ask for a moment of silence. Today is the 50th anniversary of the senseless killing of Martin Luther King Jr., and I'd ask that we take a moment to reflect. Thank you. Before we begin tonight's meeting, we have a special presentation to make. Tonight, the Freeholder Board will be recognizing the winner of the 2017-2018 Bergen County Educator of the Year, Mr. Eddie Baldwin. Mr. Baldwin is a social studies teacher and English teacher, which I could use right now, at Bergenfield High School, where he's also highly involved in the Advanced Placement Program. He teaches multiple AP classes as well as spearheading the district's AP capstone program. Mr. Baldwin is a shining example of the dedication and hard work that educators in Bergen County put forth in their schools, and we are proud to recognize him tonight. Mr. Baldwin, would you please come forward? And a Bergenfield alumni will be presenting the award. I don't think you were there when I was there. No. All right. We have the Bergen-
That's obvious.
Brian, you got it? This is good, guys. Good job. You have it? Thank you.
You also got the seats.
County executive also. I asked that the Freeholder Board come join me when I present this to the teachers here. It says Eddie Baldwin, Bergenfield High School. In recognition of being selected as the 2017-2018 Bergen County Teacher of the Year, and for your continued commitment to your students. Presented April the 4th, 2018, on behalf of Bergen County Board of Children. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Come out here front here. Thank you very much. What happens when you got a burger go along? Thank you very much. I would just want to congratulate you again. Like I said, I am an alumni of Bergenfield, but really, my wife's a school teacher, so I know what it takes to do what you do every single day. And it's really, probably to me, the most noble profession in the world. I can see that you really enjoy what you do, and of course, that's what makes the greatest teachers. I am always been a proponent of education and of teachers, and and as well as all my colleagues here on the Freehold Board, I could actually say that without even having to look. Everyone is definitely pro-education and definitely a proponent of education here. We've proven that in our budgets, but personally, I'm sure it's quite an honor, and this is just a little token of our appreciation. What a wonderful, wonderful achievement, and congratulations. If my colleagues would like to add anything, feel free.
There's our teacher. Hello.
Freeholder Voss, sorry.
I'm very proud of you. I spent 41 years doing exactly what you're doing and loved every single moment of those 41 years. And I hope that you will enjoy as much as I did the years that you teach. There is nothing more rewarding and satisfying than to make an influence on young people's lives. And I wish you all the luck in the world. God bless you for all you do.
Freeholder4?
As we have seen with our young people stepping up and stepping forward, you can see that as they have their voices, as the students from Parkland used them so eloquently, it was because of amazing teachers who taught them to think critically, who taught them to express themselves. And the fact that you're passing on those gifts to our children, we are so lucky to have you and so lucky to have all of our amazing teachers here in Bergen County who make a difference every single day. So thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for planting the seeds of curiosity and engendering in the next generation that desire to go forward and learn from our history and express themselves with our English language. Thank you for what you're doing.
Anyone else? I did have a little faux pas there. We didn't invite your wife up for photos. So, no, we really want one with you in there too. So if the freeholders don't mind, we'd like to get another photo with you in there also. Because we all know, and I will say it on the record, the wives really keep us going. Let's get another photo.
Get them in the middle.
Back to the scene of the crime, right? Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to you.
Absolutely.
Are you a teacher as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously approved. We will now have the hearing of the general public with a 3-minute time limit in effect in accordance with the Bergen County Freeholder bylaws. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker expires, the board attorney will announce the time has expired. Please fill out the slip of paper with your name, address, and general topic you wish to speak of. Mr. Dunsey, Joseph Dunsey.
Good evening. Today I'd like to talk about how the psych system sometimes silences mad people. I have a story about one mad activist I know. Today, next time I talk, I'll talk about another activist. This gentleman was an elderly man in Teaneck who was a candidate on the Libertarian ticket a couple years ago. Way back in the civil rights era, he helped racially integrate Los Angeles. Then he became a professor in Pennsylvania, where he fought the war on drugs. And he was very good at knowing the law. He had a knack for challenging local ordinances that were unconstitutional, and then getting the judge to strike down the ordinances after a civil disobedience. This happened so many times that the local county judge told the police to stop arresting him because he felt that every time they arrested him, they were wasting the judge's time. Now, when he moved to Bergen County, he also became active in the political process, and he was rather bold in his activism, and some people found this disturbing. And there's a saying in the MAD movement that people don't get hospitalized for being disturbed. They get hospitalized for being disturbing. When the neighbors don't like what someone is doing, but it's not technically against the law, they often rely on cops to bring him to a hospital like Bergen Regional, where he can get locked up without any charges being pressed. Every time he came out of the hospital, he would say in his own words to me that they tortured him there. Eventually, they basically silenced him. He's not an activist anymore. And I think you should know how the system treats an old man who had a long history of fighting the good cause but got silenced by the medical community. Thank you.
Thank you. Clyde and Nedrev. Yeah, it sounds good. Come on up. Clyde and Nedrew. I'm sure you're gonna have to spell it.
Okay, Kleidon, and then last name is Ndreu. Yeah, I apologize. This is my first Freeholders meeting that I've attended. I'm a senior in high school. I'm the president of my student council. But on behalf of the law club in my school, I'd like to extend an open invitation to you all to attend our mock trial, our first ever, on April 18th at 3:30 at Cliffside Park High School. The case is Elisa Roberts v. the District of Columbia. It's a sexual harassment case to raise awareness. And on that note, since I'm sure at least some of my students are going to ask, do you guys have any advice for them that I could bring back?
Advice for what? In terms
For
of what?
mock
For my
trial.
trial.
Or life?
I'm not.
Oh, life. That's a big one.
Yeah, huge, very general.
Life is simple. Never forget where you come from and always do the right thing.
And for the mock trial, if I may, Chairman,
Yes, you may. Counselor.
prepare, prepare, and prepare.
Okay, can I only have like 2 prepared so it's like less pressure?
You can edit it. You can edit it.
What time is it again?
At 3:30?
Okay. Sounds like it's gonna be very interesting.
Thank you. And it looks like I couldn't have chosen a better day, Teacher of the Year.
Yeah, right?
Thank you.
I will be
Thank
in
you.
Washington on business, so I won't be able to make it, but good luck. Thank you.
I'll be there.
Okay. Is there anyone else wishing to speak that has not filled out a card? Okay, if not, may I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is closed to the public. Will the clerk please read the resolutions on the consent agenda?
The resolutions on the consent agenda are resolutions 252-18 to 292-18.
Thank you. May I have a motion to accept the resolutions on the consent agenda as read by the clerk?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call.
Freeholder Amoroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans. Aye. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes. Are there any resolutions? I'm sorry, 7-0, correct?
Yes.
Are there any resolutions of non-consent pulled, postponed, or tabled? If so, will the clerk please read?
There are none.
We will now go on to our ordinance for first reading and introduction, ordinance 1804. Will the clerk read ordinance 1804 by title only?
Ordinance 1804 is a guarantee ordinance securing the Bergen County Improvement Authority's county guaranteed revenue bonds, Northern Valley Regional High School School District, Valley Program School Acquisition Project in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $5 million.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 1804 as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do I need a roll call for that?
Yeah.
Roll call.
Freeholder Amoroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans. Aye. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes.
With 7 ayes, 1804 passes first reading.
We will now have freeholder committee reports. I ask that the reports be brief and responsive. We'll start with Freeholder Tinelli.
Thank you, Chairman. Last Wednesday, I attended the BCIA breakfast that was held at 2 Bergen Plaza, where all the Board of Education administrators, as well as the BAs and mayors from the municipalities throughout Bergen County, had an opportunity to meet with the Bergen County Improvement Authority The event was held to educate municipalities and Board of Eds on how to best take advantage of the county's AAA bond rating. This is really a great opportunity for both the Board of Education and municipalities to really pass along tax savings to their communities, whether it's be refinancing old debt, or if they have projects that they need to go out and bond, it's a great opportunity for them to come in and use our rating and get much better interest rates. And then I'm sure my colleagues will also be discussing today, we had a presentation in a work session for bergenforbusiness.com. I won't talk a lot about it because I'm sure everybody's going to have a little piece. It's just, I want to congratulate them on an outstanding job in redoing the website. It's much more useful now and really gives a lot of opportunities for businesses that are in the county as well as businesses that are looking to either start up or move to the county to find very important information and do their homework before they even come to the table. So I just want to congratulate them on a job well done. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Zor.
Thank you, Chairman. Before I give my committee report, I just want to first of all congratulate Jared Lautz. I can't pronounce his name because I'm so choked up about his departure. Jared is going to be moving on to the county executive side of the floor and going to be working for in an important role as a senior advisor over there. But I just want to thank him for his years of dedicated service to all of us on this board as the head of policy and communications. He did an admirable job guiding us not only with budget processes, but through all of our communication needs. And we are going to really miss him, not just his sense of humor, but his amazing support and guidance. And I also want to congratulate Michael Scheinfeld for his promotion and Storm Weish, my former freeholder aide, for her moving into the deputy policy role, and welcome Tara Chatterjee as my new freeholder aide. So if anybody needs to get a hold of me, Tara is going to be my gatekeeper and keeping me on the right path from now going forward. Good luck on that one. So this week was one of my favorite events. It's an education-based event. At the Bergen Academies, we had our chocolate cake competition. This is an opportunity where our students really get to shine and not only create delicious creations, but really showcase their creativity and their talent. This year, the cake that won was called the Bath House. And it was made by Alex Canlian from Franklin Lakes and Sabrina Sam from Ridgefield Park. And but every single one of those kids did an amazing job, and I just want to thank the chefs who really nurture their talents in such incredible ways. This week, we also had Bergen County had our Women's History Month event, showcasing the women who are really, persisting and making sure that we are having our voices heard throughout our communities and throughout our business communities as well. We all just came from the Martin Luther King vigil, as Chairman Sullivan so eloquently took the moment to recognize that tonight is the 50th anniversary of his assassination, and while he was murdered, his voice certainly has not been silenced. And as we saw, whether it was in the march on the 24th, where we saw our young people stepping forward and leading the way and having their voices heard, or in the Women's March, or in so many of the different opportunities where we've had to vocalize our sentiments regarding the way our government should be working, his legacy is certainly a powerful one, and it underscores tonight how much work there is still to be done. One other thing I want to mention, tonight we voted on a resolution recognizing that it is Get Yourself Tested Month. This is just to underscore as the chairwoman of the Health Committee that we have seen a surge in sexually transmitted diseases since 2009, and it is important for us to make sure that we take charge of our health and to erase the stigma associated with testing. We want to make sure that everyone knows that there are services available, whether it's through Planned Parenthood or through the County of Bergen Health Department or through New Jersey Buddies. We have the opportunity to get yourself tested, know your status, and make sure that you're being proactive in that regard. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Ortiz.
Thank you. I first would like to also wish Jared and Storm and Michael and Tara best of luck in your new positions. Good luck. Look forward to continue working with all of you. I also would like to congratulate 12-year-old Ty Nakamura, 6th grader from Patrick Villano, Emerson Elementary School, my town. Very proud of him. He won the North Jersey 81st Spelling Bee competition at Burn Community College. He will now head to Washington to compete in the Scripps National Spelling Bee, and I'm wishing him all the luck. We also attended, all our colleagues, we attended March for Our Lives, and as Tracy spoke earlier, I'm just so proud of how engaged these kids are. We had over 15 speakers from various high schools throughout the county, and they just want their voices heard. They had, they actually got to go out to vote, and really, their best weapon right now is their voices and their vote. So I look forward to see what's going to come from all this, because I know this, like they said, this is not this is a movement. I'm very proud of them. And we also attended the Human Services Committee this past week, and although Hurricane Maria was already over 6 months ago, Puerto Rico is still going through a lot right now. People still have not, a lot of the homes have not been repaired. A lot of them are still in disarray, and I know New Jersey has been really, especially with the help of the governor, has been helping a lot of the Puerto Rico families move to New Jersey and be able to relocate them here. So I'm very proud of their work. And they also discussed about the federal budget, of which 80% of universal pre-K is coming from the federal budget, which is probably the one and only thing positive coming from the federal budget. So I'm glad at least it's helping our children. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Freeholder Voss?
Thank you, Chairman. Again, I want to congratulate our Teacher of the Year. Teaching is the most rewarding and wonderful profession, and as I said, I wish you many, many years, and not only in the classroom, but perhaps in administration, so I'm very happy for you. This past 2 weeks, we were celebrating Passover and Holy Week and Easter, and so everybody was quite busy with the holidays. But one of the things, as a history teacher, I was most impressed with was Greek Independence Day. 197 years ago, the Greeks got their independence after 400 years of literal slavery under the Ottoman Empire. And I think that people should know that you have to study history if you're going to find the answers to the problems of the present. And certainly the Greeks laid the foundation for Western culture, and we owe them a great deal of gratitude. So I was very happy to attend many of the celebrations for Greek Independence Day and making people aware of all of the things that they have given to us. Women's History Month. I'm quite an old lady, and I have lived through times when women were not given very much credibility or status. I remember my first attempt to get a scholarship was to go to Europe to study. And the committee told me, "Sweetheart, we don't give these to women. You're just going to get married and have children and never use it." Well, you can tell that I'm not a shy person, and I got the scholarship. Okay. But things have certainly changed at this point in time. And women now graduate, more women from college, graduate more doctors, more lawyers. And as you can see up here, we have the majority on the Freeholder Board. Unfortunately, this is not the situation on the federal government or even on our state government, but we're making progress. And it's only been since 1988 that we have been given national acknowledgement of the contributions that women have made. And my favorite quote concerning women is from Eleanor Roosevelt, and I use this all the time. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "A woman is like a tea bag. Only when she is in hot water do you realize how strong she is." And on that note, I will leave it, except this is very important. Martin Luther King Day, the 50th anniversary, he was only 39 years old when he was assassinated. And the contributions that he made will be forever remembered, and hopefully many people will carry on his work in the future. So thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Gans?
Thank you, Chairman.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
There we go. During the past couple of weeks, I've had the opportunity to celebrate Greek independence, celebrate the American Muslim Union annual conference and undertake about half of the budget hearings that will be going on for the next couple of weeks. Budget hearings are intense examinations of the way that we spend our money. We look at the way that money is spent as if it's our own money, because some portion of it is. All of us who are on the budget committee, and that's every freeholder, has the opportunity to go through the budget, make suggestions, additions, and subtractions. And in my opinion, in the 16 years that I've been doing this work of the people, it is the most noble and the most difficult of tasks, because we're asked to decide who should have a portion of their budget cut, who should have a portion of their budget increased. It's all necessary, and it's the hardest part of this job. Coming in, most of us were here for the 8 a.m. meeting, and we had one in the evening as well, and we had many during regular hours. Altogether, there are approximately 20 hearings that are scheduled, and we expect that we'll have this wrapped up in the next couple of weeks. That concludes my report, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Amoroso. I didn't forget you.
I know. Many of us freeholders attended the March for Our Lives protest right here outside the county courthouse in Hackensack on March 24th. A number of high school students spoke out in favor of tougher gun laws and against the NRA's obstinacy involving restrictions that would make it tougher for shooters to murder and injure school students and others in group settings. The protesting students said very nicely, if adults are acting like children in caving to the NRA, then children will have to take the lead and shame the adults, and they are doing that. Senator Loretta Weinberg spoke for many of us when she said, these protests by young people give her hope for the first time in a long time that we can end or reduce mass shootings of innocents. Good news from Washington about federal community development and HUD grants that help pay for everything from renovations for nonprofits to road repaving in low-income neighborhoods. These community development funds were on the chopping block, but are now slated to receive increases under the new federal budget. Included in the increases nationally are community development block grants, the home program, homeless assistance grants, and public housing capital funds. Bergen County's Community Development Director said Bergen County should receive notice about the monies it can expect for the upcoming year sometime in May. And finally, a reminder that the Bergen County Care Fair is only about 30 days away. We expect to have about 225 exhibitors talking about care services for the young, the old, the differently abled, and those in need of medical services. The date is Sunday, May 6th. The place is the Rothman Center at FDU. That's my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. I will start my committee report, reporting on shared services. Tonight, we passed Resolution 252-18. The county entered into an agreement with the Board of Social Services, which will bring the county $25,000 in revenue. Also, Resolution 265-18 was passed, in which the county continued its shared service agreement with the city of Hackensack on adaptive intelligent traffic signaling systems. This is going to be a game changer for our county seat as far as alleviating traffic congestion. We look forward to the completion of this project. We continue here in Bergen County. We could sit here and just pass the bills, go about our merry way, and just do nothing. But we continue here to move forward, to be forwardly thinking, and continue to enter in as many shared service agreements as we can to save our taxpayers money, and that's what we continue to do. And that's why I continue to bring it up every month. I think it's important for the residents to realize that here at One Bergen, everybody is doing their best to alleviate any tax burden and share services where we can get some true savings. I'm also excited about the prospect of more business coming into Bergen County after a presentation that was made earlier tonight, bergenforbusiness.com. I was very impressed by the information that the website provides. In addition, there's another similar project the county has undertaken to assist business and developers with site plan ordinances. And I am told we will have more from the planning and engineering on that in the coming weeks. So basically what this is the county has decided after many, many years that it hasn't been done in the past, that we're gonna make sure that the site plans are proper, right-of-ways are proper, and everything is put into a new document where, so when the county, when there's an improvement in any of the towns, the county has the right to make whoever's coming in to a new area, we can ask them to make improvements, and that's a way to get other people that want to make the area better, they can pay for the improvements, saving the taxpayers even more money. So that book is going to be done. I have asked them to meet with every freeholder before we actually bring that forward, but that's in a way, it's similar to a codification of ordinances, but on a site plan and right-of-way level, which brings me to another thing I want to talk about. I've talked to the county executive, county council about codifying all our ordinances. Another thing hasn't been done. It will make life a lot easier for everybody if all these ordinances were codified, similar to the site plan, and makes everything easier, makes everything more explainable and easier for everyone to follow. So I'll be looking to follow through on that. And that's a long process, but we'll be looking to do that too. So I fully support all of these projects the administration's brought forth, and we will work to continue to do what's best and make the county an easier place to navigate. I want to thank Bob Gordon, Senator, who's left to take a position in Phil Murphy's cabinet for his time in the Senate. He was an outstanding senator. He served the county well, and we certainly will miss him. Also want to thank Jared Lutz for all his time working here. Storm for getting a promotion. Tracy Jared wants to know where his espresso machine is before he leaves. Apparently it went missing, and Tracy's the main culprit here. So hopefully before you go to the next side, Jared will take it. But Jared's an extraordinary, he's an extraordinary hard worker, and it's the kind of people the county we like to see advance because they really have everyone's best interest at heart. Everyone has spoke about the assassination of Martin Luther King. All I can say is that like Freeholder4 put it best, his job is not done. We should all reflect and realize all the great things that have come out of his loss of life. Unfortunately, he was taken from us way too early, but he's left his mark, and we, as parents, as adults, we need to spread the word to the children so they realize that this is really the way things should be. We thought we had turned a corner. Unfortunately, there's a lot of hate going on in the world today, and maybe if we just take a step back and listen to some of the words from Dr. Martin Luther King, we can get our boundaries back and realize we need to get back on the right track. I want to congratulate you again and your wife on becoming Teacher of the Year. You know, speaks volumes of Bergenfield, just saying. You know, that's where I'm from. So, you did an outstanding job, and congratulations. And last, I just want to thank our cameraman tonight, Ibrahim Hamza. Did I say that right? Okay, Junior Bergen County Technical School and Applied Technology High School at Bergen Community College. Thank you very much. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.